Hello, welcome to Team Fortress TV. You're joining me, CommanderX, and Hildreth for the ETF2L Week 3 fixture between Full Tilt and TLR on Gullywash and Viaduct. We've got pretty much everyone on the server. They've decided pretty quickly. We're on Gullywash already. We're just waiting on one more Full Tilt player, and we should be pretty much good to go here. So why don't we go straight into it, Hildreth? Tell me how you think tonight is going to end.
Oh, and I don't know, like, last time we saw TLI, it was that night. That's what I'm going to say, that night. I mean, for those that didn't know, TLR's last game against Lego did not go very well. Not only did they lose 6-0, CommanderX, so they lost both maps. They got win differenced by Lego.
Yeah, it wasn't just a beating. It was like a complete outclassing. Like, by the end, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even like, Lego stole a victory. It was just a complete better performance from pretty much every Lego player compared to every TLR player.
And just the day before, considering TLR took a map off Epsilon with the same lineup, it kind of says a lot. Maybe it's a statement about how much better Lego are this season, but TLR are certainly under a lot of pressure. Considering that Full Tilt got their own beating on week 1 against Reason, it's really hard to call this game. I'd say Full Tilt would have to be the favourites going into this, but I could probably see this maybe a map apiece or a golden cap on one of the maps.
I'm thinking map apiece. I'm thinking Gullywash to Full Tilt, and I think on Viaduct TLR will be better. I think because their scouts are better, and scouts are very important. I also think Concrete, who is kind of a weak link on TLR, it will show less on Viaduct, because in Viaduct it's much more of a team fight rather than, you know what I mean, he's not going to be in charge of a flank on his own as much, so I feel like he can just follow AMS around, just following up his bombs, and it won't actually matter so much that his decision making isn't always the best, because in Viaduct it's pretty much, we're going aggro, we're not going aggro. It's a bit more black and white.
Yeah, the pickup of Concrete is actually a very interesting one. I've never heard of this guy before at all, and
Portuguese guy, right?
Yeah, it's Portuguese guy. Looking at his profile, you can see he played in high. So I didn't really know much about him. Then I saw him play against Epsilon. He seemed to be doing pretty good. And then against Lego, he was getting absolutely destroyed by the scouts. It doesn't seem like he's had too many good PCWs as of late, but they've stuck with him. TLR, they haven't cut him immediately.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard they were trialing Ips. I don't know if that's just gossip.
Trialing Ips? Oh, wouldn't you want to see Ips back into TF2?
But yeah, no, they're still rolling with Concrete, and it is week 3, you know what I mean? We're almost approaching the halfway point of the season, and they're still sticking with him, so I imagine it'd be a bit of a weird one to cut him sort of, that far in, unless he's, really dragging them down.
I think if they don't get a result tonight, like if they lose 6-0 again, I think you'll probably see him get cut.
I mean, this is quite an important game, really. Like, there's 3 teams going to playoffs, and the presumption is Reason and Epsilon will be in that top 3. The next best teams are probably TLR, Full Tilt, and then Lego, if Lego can keep up their form. So this might actually become pretty crucial as we go into the later stages of the season.
Yeah, good point. That 3-team playoffs is certainly, it doesn't make it a guarantee, because this is the first time I've seen 4 teams in a Prem season that I could call going to playoffs. Sorry, the top 4 are definitely cut above the rest of the Prem, or it seemed that way until Lego won last week. So I agree. Like, it's definitely going to be a decisive game. If Full Tilt can get the win here, they're probably in pole position to go into playoffs. All they need to do is get a result against Lego. If TLR win, it throws it wide open. Like, Full Tilt have suddenly lost 2 matches. I'm being told we're going live, CX.
Yeah, 90 seconds. So go on, give me a score for Gullywash.
I think Full Tilt will come out, win this 5-3 or something like that. And we'll hear some singing on comms. That's my prediction.
That's what I'm told. We do have team comms of both teams, as both teams are opting to speak in English tonight. I think I'll have to go with a similar scoreline as well. I think maybe not as close, maybe like a 5-2, a 6-2 in favour of Full Tilt, something like that.
It's all going to be about War, Herr, yeah for TLR. the man. He did something like 11k against Lego, but I think he died like 22 times compared to Dr. Phil's 12 deaths. So it's got to be about that man doing the damage.
Yeah, it's kind of harder for War because they play with like AMS plays about as loose a pocket as you can pretty much get away with. So War really has to sort of be on point with his own DM to protect himself and Nursey by extension. I have been impressed with Nursey. I've only seen her in like 2 games, but she seems to not be terrible.
Oh,
yeah, and we're going in live here. Thalash with a quick check to see whether they're on crits or not. I don't believe they are. And we get both teams are coming towards mid. We've talked about Concrete a lot. We've given him some BM, so let's see what he can do on this first mid. He's trying to find a way in. He's jumping up straight in there, early damage, taking position and gets knocked back down. He's allowed a bit of space for TLR, but they do lose AMS. Concrete's coming back in, forced back. Full Tilt are just trying to heal up, move forward, but now Concrete comes in, kills one, and now Full Tilt should probably just find themselves kind of stuck in a corner right now.
Yes, good play by that. It's still a 3v4 game. I think TLR in a bit of a bad position. Good kill on the ass there by Kyler. Nursey actually wants to stay in and contest the point. He's kind of separated from Kyler. Good kill by War.
Oh yeah, that kill's going to seal it. And now actually it looks like he wants to chase here, but Spud has equal DM right there. Both demos killing off scouts to protect their medic. And it's going to sort of equalise into an Uber versus Uber situation. But Sil looks like he wants to take this back in. He's trying to find an angle, but he's getting spammed out pretty hard.
Sideshow's in. Sideshow's in.
It's a distraction play. Sideshow's getting onto the medic, and he does actually force him. Nursey down to 90 HP will pop, and this is going to give Full Tilt a great opportunity. But TLR aren't going to fall into the trap. They're not going to overextend off now. Sort of really bad force for them, and they're just going to take a defensive position on middle and make it as difficult as possible for Full Tilt to come back in.
Yeah, I think Full Tilt posturing to go big door. It's a good decision not to chase because then it would become a very scrappy fight in the choke point. I like the idea of teams just keeping 6 people alive and just spamming the doors and forcing teams early, and then they can get an Uber advantage to push back into middle. In fact, Kos hasn't even been forced to use yet, so they haven't managed to force the Uber. Concrete goes down. Silentis has picked up 2. That's Kyler and Concrete down, and they've saved Uber as well, so they're actually going to be able to push onto this second point.
They took a long time coming in there, Full Tilt, and now Nursey's going to have Uber again. Still's going in for the force. He does get the force off, but Kos and Still are pretty deep here, and they will lose Thalash going through that choke. And now TLR are going to try and get aggressive. Their spawns have come in. I think they got forward as well, so TLR have a lot of bodies to put into this mid-fight. And they're getting all over Sil, but a sick rocket's going to take down Herr. And now Full Tilt just need to group up and kill off these flanking players. Really all over the place. Concrete takes up 2, and now Concrete even has the high ground. He's spamming them back, and it's sort of like a rematch of mid. 4v4. Sideshow's going to go in, try and focus down that soldier. The soldier's weak. The scout should be able to pick him off. He equalises away. He will get out, and Full Tilt just decides to give that up. It looked a lot more even than that, but I think Full Tilt just knew TLR had the better spawns coming in, just decided to play it safe.
Concrete had I'm trying not to say a really solid start. He's had a really good start to the game.
It's only been 3 minutes. Yeah, actually, wow, Kos is going to surf away. Nice dodging from Kos there. Means all this aggression from TLR is going to achieve absolutely nothing. Ward's trying to delay him coming in at choke, but surely TLR are going to have to give this up. But Ward's holding close. He wants to take the Uber trade. He's going in. He's going to kill Silentis. He's going to kill Spud. Kos has the Uber now. He's down to 30 HP. The sticky lands right next to him. He has to pop. And now Ast has a huge task to do. He's going to run and kill Nursey straight away and with his medic. Good decision there from Ast, not overextending. He's going to stay in now, but there are players flanking. A back cap even has been started. Thalash has to go back. Yeah,
he's got 3 people there. Yeah, watching this 1v1, Thalash versus Kyler. Kyler's managed to deal with him.
Thalash had a buff as well. Great play from Kyler. Now Aroma's come in as well, and it's just absolute chaos. Herp's got behind. Full Tilt's flank has been bust wide open, and they're all over this CP2. Really scattered fighting. They'll clean up one. Kyler's still got the high ground, and as soon as the TLR respawns arrive, this CP2 is going to be surely theirs.
Yeah, it has to be theirs. I mean, I see Sideshow posturing up top, going to go for a bomb. He's been spotted really early. Is he going to get much done? Ooh, not bad attempt, but War defends his medic.
Yeah, he needed to hit perfect rockets there because he was completely by himself. Could not pull it off.
He jumped at 160 HP as well, so it was always going to be difficult. Yeah, I just saw Thalash on the Huntsman there. They were doing that in pre-game a lot. If you watch Sideshow stream, they were spawning with Huntsman
It's
and
not
forgetting
the
they were
worst. It's not the
changed.
worst. On certain maps, when there's like a really tight doors into last, it can be almost, you know, more consistent. And now we're going to see the Uber come in. There is a pyro out from Thalash. He will go down pretty swiftly. And now it looks like they're all rotating. TLR are just going to try and stack the point instead. The Uber comes back out. They need to clean up these players now. Both soldiers jumping around the point. AMS will go down. Concrete's trying to get out, but he's going to get chased pretty hard. Weak in water, but Scout just comes through. Herr just steals it. No one watching water for full tilt. And TLR take the first round.
I'm surprised they got that. They engineered the 10% Uber advantage from somewhere, and then they just went straight to the point and forced everyone onto the floor. It's a good play, so 1-0 TLR, this is exactly what they need. I'm going to watch Big War on the left on this mid. He's just spamming down the players on the floor. He's not really doing much. It's going to be all about the soldiers this middle, getting forwards. It's just a 6-on-6 fight at the moment. No big damage coming. Finally, Thalash gets separated, but War goes down to that loose cannon. Herpy's kind of separated as well, but he's chasing Silentes underneath. He gets the frag onto him. It's 3v4 right now, so similar thing to what happened last mid, but oh no, I didn't see that. What happened?
Sideshow kept chasing all the way through, and he was able to pick him off, and that's going to allow them to come in, but they have got players coming back in. Spud has no ammo left, but Sideshow arrives just in time to clean up P. Kyler's still in, but he doesn't fancy that fight against the buffed Soldier and Demo. He's going to back right out, and now we're going to see what TLR plan to do with major Uber disadvantage. No off-class in as of yet. They're just holding really defensively top. I imagine it'll be on concrete here to get the force out, and it's actually Big Door Full Tilt are choosing to move through. They've got a scout through early, and really defensive posturing from TLR. They're just going to give it away. They're only on 50% though, so still a pretty big window here for Full Tilt to go all the way to last. They're going in lower, unchallenged. They might just come straight through here, through lower, because it's the quickest. They're going to Uber ass nice and early. Going to try and focus this down. The Pyro's reflecting, but he's pretty deep. Spud's going to get one. They stuff him back into spawn and kill the Demo Man as well. This should open it wide up. They're going to try and get on the point, but Sideshow's going to cap it off before they can even get there. And a quick response from Full Tilt.
Brilliantly executed push. War just kind of got caught in no man's land. Sideshow was flanking the point at the same time. So there's pressure on the point. People just stuffed into spawn by the Uber. Nothing they could do. Good response. We have a game, CX.
I know, early on. Both scouts trying to go up right side here for TLR. War's walking up there as well. When Spud's dropped off the edge, he's conceded that ground. And imagine Full Tilt are going to want to take the enemy side. Soldiers going big right now. Scouts coming into the medic. Asp will take him down, but right as we say that, Concrete takes down Cops. It's now just EM on middle, 3 versus 4. Low players going to go down. Thalash is still pretty healthy underneath, just trying to pick off these weak players. Everyone's scattered. Spud gets Kyler, AMS gets Sideshow. Thalash is now coming in, but AMS is coming to the rescue. Thalash gets 1. AMS is weak. He's down to 34 HP. He's going to pick up the health pack. It spawns just in time. Spud and Thalash just trying to keep a tab on him, and AMS is just going to go behind instead. Try and play the long game here. Going to try and get on the medic. He arrives just behind him in time. Still hears him. Going to turn around. Still should win this one with his buff. Comfortable for him, and Full Tilt take another middle.
I didn't really see what happened a lot on that fight. It just became very scrappy towards the latter stages. We should just focus on this push into the second point. I think TLR in no position to defend this. Concrete got spotted really early, so he's going to have to fall back to last. ×8 onto the point. Equal Ubers now. Will we see the first stalemate of the game? Kyler's switched to NG. He's kind of expecting the stalemate right now.
That's twice fair. Like, TLR have just kind of given away CP2, you know? Just like really not fought for it at all.
They weren't even set up properly to defend it. They weren't on high ground or in any position to lock the choke points off. I thought maybe they could have had their demo man at the choke point.
Maybe. Should we go to Full Tilt comms for this push?
Oh yeah, I think we need it.
Are they jumping?
There is the tree top left.
Oh, you can bait Ams
Don't
to
think
jump
it's worth
it.
jumping.
Alright,
Okay.
yeah.
Get ready to bait.
Yeah.
Top left.
Is he gonna jump me?
No, he's not.
Just keep trying.
There wasn't water.
There was water.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, wait. Oh fuck, I missed this one.
Alright, I'm going now then.
Okay.
There must be water. He's up top now.
Med drop.
Nice.
Just come back.
Hold outside. Question mark.
No, just hold.
Come back and back.
You can hold it. No, it's fine.
So yeah, that suicide play worked pretty much perfectly. Couldn't ask for much more from Sideshow. in that one.
Yeah, it was really clever as well, because they were planning to just bait the soldiers out to jump Sideshow, and both of them jumped him. Then Sil jumped in and got good damage on them, and then because they were all weak going back to heals, no one could deny the bomb from Sideshow. But here's the Uber in CX. They've already picked up Concrete and got the Sentry. War is kind of hiding and sneaky, watching the point. Herpy's picked up 2 frags. He's still dancing around, fighting by himself. He's doing a great job of staying alive against Ast. Sideshow's going for the bomb onto the point preemptively. War's taken out of him. It's just Ast and against War, and he's picked up the. I don't know how.
Yeah. Yeah, valiant effort from Herpy. Getting 2 frags, sort of, with nothing but a buff. But it was just too many people left alive in the end. They got too many frags during that initial Uber. Full Tilt did. So eventually they were just able to pick them up with the healed up scouts. Those are the exact classes you want left when it comes to sort of dregs of a fight. 2 healed up scouts. Nice and easy clean up. As we go into this next middle, War opting for his own side right now. The soldiers are trying to jump, but Concrete gets absolutely obliterated before he can even go. Full Tilt going to move forward off this. Focusing down War right now. He's super weak. AMS is coming for a bomb. Koss goes straight up in the air. There's now a scout on him as well, but pistol's out. Koss down so low. They need to kill the scout. Koss survives on 19 HP. Meanwhile, Sideshow has got a frag or so at their choke. And War and Nursey are just trying to run out. And I don't think there's no soldiers left, and there's no one really putting the chase on for Nursey right now. But again, Full Tilt with a comfortable middle.
The difference is at the end of the mid, both the Full Tilt scouts are alive, and you were saying in that last push, having your scouts alive at the end of the fight is so valuable. I mean, Nursey did manage to get out, so we're going to stalemate a little bit here and see if how Full Tilt want to play. They'll round up.
They do like the Sideshow suicide, so I won't be surprised if we see that. They are normally quite clever about it. It's not just a straightforward. Just sack a roamer and everyone else stands defensively. They do try and negotiate as favourable a position for Sideshow as they can. But right now, it looks like it's just going to be that. Still just trying to spam through. Sideshow's trying to get in now, but he's jumped, been absolutely stuffed. They are going to Uber, though, I think, to save War in that. War's going to try and move forward now, but it's getting juggled so much by Spud. Still's going to take it, the Uber in just as it fades. 2 rockets, down goes the Demo Man. Still keeps trying to jump, but gets airshot by AMS. AMS is going to fall back to his medic. And there's still a scout in the high ground. Herpy is stuck out by himself here. He will go down eventually. Nice push, but there are players behind. The back cap is being attempted. They're doing what they can, but there's so much cap time on 2 that this is probably just going to dwindle out. Time against them. But they are coming back out now. They are pretty much surrounded. Still and Koss versus the world. Still's going to take down one. Still's going to try and take down another. Koss does go down. Still's completely by himself and gets skill slicked by Concrete. And really good play from the TLR combo when they saw that distraction going on behind to come out and back up their team and really make that back cap work.
Yeah, I was just watching the point of view of Kyler and Concrete on the flank, and I was thinking they're not being pressured at all. Because Sideshow was in helping the combo. There's just one guy on flank, and they managed to push in Big Dog, get them really weak. And it was just enough to split their team up, and as you said, well played to go back in. So defensive sniper for Full Tilt, TLR with a man advantage. Do you want to try link in the comms, see what they do? It's their turn.
Let's do TLR. Whoop. All wrong buttons. There we go.
Sniper watching.
Sniper.
So top. I'm gonna die.
Nothing top.
We're choke.
I'm for good lobby.
I need help, actually.
I'm gonna
Something's top here.
Sword medic top.
She's safe still.
Dead. I thought you
They
were
don't have yet.
There's an eye on top.
Nice, so
Oh fuck, sorry's on me, lower lobby. He took 50. Scouts lower. Fuck's sake.
Not quite as smooth as when we went to Full Tilt's comms.
Might have been a hectic part of the game. Speaking of hectic, it's 3 versus 4, and I think TLR want to go. Ast has been pressured by Kyler, but he's gone back to the heals. Ast for Uber advantage to Full Tilt then. It's about 50%. Do you think they're going to push this?
I imagine so. Yeah, but just wait. It's only 2 seconds left on the spawn, so I imagine they will go. We're going to have to be quite aggressive with it, and that's exactly what Sil's doing. He messes up the jump, but he is going to force them out. They should get a CP2. It's just whether Sil can do anything more with it. He gets Warrior, and there are still 2 players up top on Riverside trying to force the back cap. They're not actually, going to get the back cap, but they've delayed the scouts coming out top. Now Sil is still just trying to go sort of one-man army right now. They do kill up those 2 players behind. They actually ends up at 4 frags apiece. Salento's trying to chase, but AMS has a full buff and Sil won't take that fight. But yeah, really good job by the combo from Full Tilt, just keeping keeping TLR at bay, you know, still with that solo Uber, keeping him at bay, allowing his flank enough time to clean up those players on Riverside and cap the point.
Yeah, it's a good play. I've noticed War's been caught forward a couple of times, kind of hurting his team a little bit. I'm just watching Thalash behind. He's just hiding. I think he's going to wait for the back cap when this Uber comes in. That's the plan anyway, and they force their way into mid without having to pop, but here it comes, the back cap. ×2, and now TLR have a decision to make. Go back.
Kyler and Concrete are going. They're all going back. War's going back, but Thalash just runs into him and kills him at choke. Now there's players caught out. Thalash is 1-1 and a scout in elbow. He loses that, but he's allowed his team to come back in. Play disadvantage right now for full tilt, but they have that Uber. They're probably just going to go for it at choke, especially as a couple of players close. They're jumping back now. Sill's just going to try and walk this in casually. Save the Uber for last, and it looks like that's what they're able to do. There's a back cap though. I don't think they're going to go for the block. They're eyeing it up. Both soldiers want to come now, but they've gone too late. The cap goes down for CP2. The Uber is forced, but they get one frag on Concrete, one on Herr. Now they've got a 2-player advantage, and it looks like Ast wants to go straight into last, leading the charge right now. Taking on the soldier, gets airshot by AMS and forced out. Full tilt just trying to look for an angle to come in. Sideshow's gone in. He's down to 6 HP. Can't trade with AMS. And Full Tilt really didn't seem on the same page as Ast and Sideshow there. Like, they just seemed a bit too far behind them.
This really, like, TLR are going for lots and lots of back cap plays. Their flank is getting really aggressive behind them. It's a really odd game to watch, because you think there isn't much control from TLR, but they're getting enough done. They've actually gone through Riverside to avoid the sticky trap. We have a cool
Sideshow on Spy. He's trying to walk through the spammiest door of them all right now. Steel's going to draw some more spam towards him as well, just to help out his Roma there. And it looks like they just want to call it off right now, play for the Sideshow pick. He is on Spy, so they might as well wait for him now.
Yeah, it was actually a good push by TLR to get through without using Uber as well, so they've... but we'll have to see what Sideshow can do. This is his Team England Highlander Spy trial right now.
He's got himself in a good position. They're putting on the spam map choke. This has got to be the cue for Sideshow to go. Oh, they're just going to push with Uber. They're going to take the Uber in. They're going to trade it. Sideshow is still cloaked behind. Look how far Herr is standing back. It's going to make it really difficult for him to do it. He's behind him now. He's going to get War instead. He gets a slice on the medic, gets the revolver out, gets the medic down to 30 HP. Can't finish it off though, but that should open it up for Full Tilt to come barreling through choke. And they will. They spot out the hiding soldier. He goes for Costs. But nice check in there. They will lose Spud, but they keep Costs safe. Good thorough check-in from Full Tilt. Now a 3v3 situation. Silla's just trying to lock out the choke, but he's really weak. He's going to get picked off. Now TLR can come back in. Koss has to get himself out of there. The scout's going to try and chase him at choke. Ast has gone behind though, and it's caused a distraction that's forced them all back. Nice play from Ast to, you know, buy his medic the time to get out there, and Koss will safely meet up with the rest of his team, including Thalash, who is now on Sniper.
I really like that spy play, the way they set it up to force Uber, and then the last thing they're expecting at the end of an Uber exchange is a spy, but at the same time Kyler's been dominating the flank. Like, he's always alive in that big door at the end of every fight, and always able to come in. He was enough to cause Sill to focus him for too long. So TLR retake him mid. Got to deal with this sniper. They're pushing with equal Uber, but they're going straight in. They're not waiting for this Uber charge. They've managed to force their way in, but Concrete's died to a sticky trap. Sideshow goes down. In the meantime, later Uber for Koss. This is so much better. Nursey has to be dead here. Everyone is jumping around, scattering for TLR. It's all about if Full Tilt can clean these players up without losing their medic now. Here comes the bomb. Silentes is well prepared to defend his medic, but it's a bit of a scattered fight. Herpy's still up top. War's going to get caught out here in that big door. It's all about Herpy. Can you get anything done? Silentes.
Wow, even stops to type Ruffle in chat. Yeah, still an Ast. Perfect cleanup, you know, just creeping around their medic, focusing down the same player, one at a time. No real synergy from TLR's aggression onto Koss, and it's just easy for Sill and Ast at that point. And because he survived, it's going to be about a 30% advantage for them. Be pretty close. It'll be interesting to see if they want to go on it. Let's go to the comp, see what they are planning for this.
Let's see if we can choke for free, like if they're holding on top.
Let's stick it now, demo's forward.
Alright, then we go into them.
We can
move now.
Watch the stickies. He's got them everywhere, so use.
Such a
back
lobby.
a little bit.
Oh no, demo, there's only demo posts, what the fuck? I'm on demo. He's gonna die. No, he's not. He's gonna kill him. Fuck.
Soldier choke, soldier
Soldier's
choke.
close. He took it a lot. Rock. He took 130, but got kit.
Yeah, they have it now.
You should get
Back
out.
out.
He's so bad.
I'm stuck at mid.
Yeah, no.
Gus, get
Yeah.
out.
I'm dropped down.
Stay at mid.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a car crash. A complete misread on where TLR was standing meant that Wall was just able to jump away, even gets away with a kill on Still as he chased as well. And because of that, TLR are going to retake mid, no position for full tilt, coming off that bad Uber. And they're going to save this Uber to attack CP2.
The Seal They're So Bad counter is up to 1 so far. Actually really early force. Like, Sideshow was just standing there and Nursey popped. Maybe
How did
they
he
thought
get
they
the
were
force?
close.
No,
I think
he didn't get any
thought they were
damage on him.
close.
Yeah, both teams making the same mistake. They just presume the other team's close, pop through. Now it's cost both teams, but TLR still have a favourable position, even though they have you with disadvantage. You'd much rather be on their 2 than your own 2. And now it looks like again they've got that soldier scout on Riverside in case they want to try the back cap, all just grouping up at Big Door. And Sil's going to come through for a solo Uber. He gets juggled though, going to have to try and... He goes to fight the scout to stop him going behind. Sil doesn't know which way he wants to go with this,
He should go
and
back.
has got nothing. He should be able to eventually get the scout! Kylie gets out on 10 HP. Unbelievable. And now Sil is trapped in Big Door. He's going to try and go, but he jumps into everyone. He's going to go get absolutely minced. Now TLR have a full Uber advantage to go to last with, but just going to group up, buff up, and this should be bread and butter for TLR right now.
Yeah, I think that wasn't Sil's proudest moment in his Prem pocket career, but you know, just Pyro and the Sentry to deal with. They do get rid of the Pyro, but they lost Kyler as well. So now Sideshow's actually come into the fight. He gets a lot of damage, but he hasn't got any frags right now. It's a 3v3. Concrete's gone onto the point, but he's so weak he can't get anything done. It's just Herp and looking for that med frag to salvage it. It's a good defense in the end, you know. Pyro Engineer, Sideshow just went behind them in lobby for free and then dropped on them.
Thalash might get Nursey! Nursey was just still coming out from Riverside. He's going to pick up Nursey. Thalash is going to kill him, get out of the soldier, and then go back to start capping 2. Nice play from
nice.
Thalash. Yeah, I don't know. I thought did Nursey just take a long time falling out, or did he just hover at choke? It felt like he should have had enough time to get out, but she's caught out there, and that's going to... I mean, not give him really a major disadvantage, as long as she meets up with someone soon, only about 20%, and it's a difficult push to make from 3 to 2, so I'm not sure if Full Tilt are going to want to go on this or not.
Well, having watched Full Tilt play, I'm pretty confident they will push off of that. It depends really how they've been building. Although it is park the bus territory now, watching Kyler in the bush, it's like watching TF2 from a few years ago. I don't think that's going to come into play. Are they rotating Big Door Full Tilts? No, they're just the way they're posturing. I don't think they're going to push. I think they're going to wait for
the building's
TLR.
not great either.
Yeah.
Like, it's that 20% has halved, if not more by now. Like Nursey's just
Thalash has
catching
got
them up.
sniper as well.
Yeah, so they're just going to play the long game right now. Play for a pick from Thalash. I'm not sure if Thalash will even play that aggressively. They might just, you know, wait for TLR to try and come in. And it looks like War is sticking up at choke, just locking himself in there while the rest of the team try and go Big Door. They catch out Sideshow. Sideshow will be caught. Nice focus fire from AMS and Concrete. They're now going to surely Uber through. Both soldiers coming in with this Uber. One soldier goes behind while AMS goes with a force. Both soldiers go behind now as Nursey just runs out choke. And there's loads of players behind right now. They've really set up a great sandwich here, TLR. They're coming through. Thalash kills Kyler on the entry though. Squad still trying to lock him out. Thalash with another one. And Salentes gets 2 as well, and they had him completely surrounded, and then all just got wrecked one by one.
It's the power of the sniper. If you can click on a couple of heads, it completely changes the game. If he doesn't hit anything, you know, it's an easy wipe. But he got the headshot, so now TLR, the people stuck on there too. Oh, Kyler's responded with his own frag from forward spawn.
Yeah, it looks like he swapped off back now. They're going to come out of forward though, and Koss finds himself just with his sniper on Big Door. Sideshow's going to pick off one, and they might Sideshow's now just trapped in there, crouched in a corner. But yeah, Koss just found himself with the wrong group of players now, because Spud got headshot. He found himself with only his sniper, so he couldn't really put any pressure on from Big Door. And TLR are going to have time to set up on CP2 now, while Koss gets the final part of his Uber.
Yeah, it's 30% advantage. I'm going to watch Salentes and see, like, does he think they have enough to go on? Just by the way he's positioning himself, he's not going to push.
They have a sniper as well, so I imagine, just over 5.5 minutes left. 6-1 up, 2-1 up even. Well, actually, it's TLR going to initiate. AMS comes through, pops it off. Not quite sure what their after Uber plan is. They've definitely just traded Ubers, and both teams have just walked away. And now Thalash still has a sniper, and Full Tilt still have mid. So really, it's still all in Full Tilt's hands.
Kyler
right
is
now.
hiding on Big Door. Maybe they're just trying to wait for someone to get too close. Concrete gets some damage on him and Kyler rushes him or something. Now that plan's been abandoned.
Yeah. Because they're only 1 round down, they don't... Do you know what I mean? You only need to wait for them to make 1 mistake in 5 minutes, which isn't, you know, unreasonable. It's not like they need to make up a lot of rounds, so they don't have to rush it quite yet. But it's pretty close. Thalash is now moving around to Big Door, but he's pretty much by himself. Kyler's in the corner again. Thalash is scoping up. He fires 1 shot. Kyler's waiting for someone to come into his line of sight, though. He's not going to be baited forward. He's waiting to bait someone. Just a cat and mouse game now at Big Door.
Do you think they have to try and get something done to TLR onto the Big Door or something?
Oh, they're Ubering through again.
Oh, here we
Scout's
go.
going really deep. Going to force the sniper out, but doesn't actually get the frag. The Ubers comes out now from Full Tilt, but they're pretty far back. They'll kill Herr. Finds himself caught in too deep. And now we have that player advantage. And it looks like TLR want to stay strong. They're just going to keep it there. But it's Big Door, which Full Tilt are coming from. There's a soldier on top of Silvo. Sil's caught out. He'll get taken down by AMS. Sideshow's near now, though. But they're 2 players down, and AMS is just piling through. A body shot comes in. Thalash needs to hit some shots again right now to save his team from this. But that sniper's just put him off. Kyler was still going in, but no one else was coming with him. And they just forced... Thalash didn't even do anything. Just by existing, he put TLR off that push.
Yeah, it's... Well, for TLR, I guess they don't want to lose the game right now. They actually had a really good opportunity for Tilt to go in there, but Spud was distracted at choke by War. He didn't support his pocket, and in the end AMS came in with more ammo and more of a buff and was able to force Silentes out from that Big Door, but Full Tilt not committing to a fight on second. TLR not committing to a fight on middle, but here we go.
Through again. Yep, and the Ubers have traded. Nice safe pop from Cost. Going to give Sil loads of that Uber. They're going to kill Herr in the Uber again. And now Sil looks like he wants to go deep for this. War's going to surf it away though. And the flankers come through, kill Thalash and Sideshow. And now there's so many players behind. Sil's going to kill off a weak AMS. TLR are using up here, but they're going to kill Concrete as well. Again, TLR's repush. It's just not at the same time. And they're just getting picked off. It's just so easy for Full Tilt when they come in 1 at a time like this. Like, again, TLR put themselves in a great position. Players behind, players in front. All you need to do is come together at the same time. And it was just one... Yeah, again, just so easy. Ast, Sil, Spud, easy cleanup.
Yeah, they actually ended up having 3 people in behind. IMS went drop down at the same time as the flank pushed in Big Door. AMS actually got the kill onto Sideshow, which made it really easy for them to come in Big Door. But losing Herr in that Uber, like, just left the combo so weak. War was basically pushing by himself against the entire combo, and when he realised he couldn't come forward, the flank got crushed. So 2 minutes 20, I think this is part of the bus territory for Full Tilt. It's really up to TLR to make one last brave push out, see if they can get something done. They need a miracle at this point.
Yeah, they're going to have to push out. AMS and War have taken over the lobby. They're on Riverside. War has chosen a bad time to stop moving himself. They're going to try and come up this door, but they're taking so much damage, and every second they gain right now is a win for Full Tilt. They do lose a scout at Big Door, and the Ubers are going to be traded. Sideshow's trying to go behind. He's going in water. I don't think he even really cares about the cap. He's just trying to waste time right now as he jumps back out. He's pulled the entire all of the TLR team back. But they did lose Thalash to that 1v1 earlier with Kyler, so they are going to push out of the back of that, but Thalash will be back in this fight soon. All trying to come out Riverside. They're all so weak, but they're slowly forcing them off the ground. Sil's really weak now. They're just forcing these players back. It was Sideshow, actually. But either way, they're forcing them back, but there's now players trying to get behind again. They're just faking the back cap attempts just to slow them down. Thalash is going to come in and kill Herr. Nursey's so weak behind the point. Full Tilt don't want to fight it, though. They're just going to try and play the clock right now, Full Tilt. 1 minute left. Let's go to these TLR comms and see what they can do.
Okay, and I'm going to jump in as well.
Yeah, I'm jumping from big as well.
I'm going to go really hard.
One on their side.
Sorry, 60.
Dude,
Hold you down.
I'm behind.
We have 90.
That
That was long.
We almost have it in choke.
Never down.
Nice.
Just
Just use it.
I'm
Use
behind
it.
him. I'm behind
Use
him.
it.
Come on, help me.
Scouts weaken our choke. Our choke. Our
You gotta
choke.
go forward.
Where?
Two behind us.
Ignore him.
Cap it. Cap it. Cap it.
Medics.
Take it, take it.
Yeah, but medics at 50.
Took 80. Scouts big door.
Scout under.
Hit the solid
Remember,
first. Scout
Medic got
under.
50%.
You gotta go
Scout
before the
under.
net gets it. You gotta go,
No.
like, take a 50%.
There's a scout
Scout's
under
still on net.
behind us. Take
No.
your plug. I'm gonna
Just
jump
gonna
top.
play for the here. Come, Nerf. We have to go
20
for it.
seconds.
Yeah.
Keep going. We should, nice, we
Yeah,
got
we
first.
really should go. We really need to go.
Go, go, go. Push that down.
Stickies.
Stop
Stickies.
being
Stickies.
fag.
I'm in.
They have a heavy.
Main.
I'm in.
Maybe just
Lots of
try and go
damage.
for point.
I failed.
I'm getting double dumped.
Oh.
David.
Come on.
This wasn't a 5-0.
Well, it wasn't a 5-0.
That's the positivity they need. Yeah, it was a better performance considering their game against Lego. Like that last minute was the first time I saw TLR push with urgency for much of the game.
They kind of like they just left themselves with not enough time in the end. Like they had
Funny-
to try so hard. Yeah, because
The
they
best
just
part,
traded
sorry.
Ubers for so long. Yeah.
The best part was when there were stickies in lobby and War was just like, the stickies in lobby, he's not detting them. I'll just jump over.
Really close though. Like it really could have gone either way. Like in the end, like those pushes towards the end, they did all go in TLR's favour, except for obviously in that last one they had to push versus an Uber and a heavy, and Ass just got like a 4K just mowing down those aggressive players. But really close, and obviously I thought Full Tilt would take us a lot more comfortably. I think we both did. But yeah, really close in the end, and I think especially with sort of the way Kyler's playing and like Concrete and AMS seem to be doing pretty well, that Viaduct could be much better for TLR. And I believe you have logs up on stream now.
Yeah, I'm having a look at them already. The first thing I notice is Sideshow's 8 for 23, which isn't actually as bad as you think, because he did actually get a lot of damage pull out in comparison to his opposite number. Plus their team won, so it doesn't matter as much. But that's kind of Sideshow's role. You know, make things happen in stalemates, kill yourself if you have to.
Kill yourself even if you don't have to. Yeah, just
Or kill yourself if you don't have to, just to make people look good.
Yeah. Yeah. Still, just ploughing out in front, both pockets, in fact, right at the top of the damage. Not surprising, given how many just Uber exchanges there were. But you can see the main difference there between AMS and Sil is the frags right there. Like, 12 more frags for Sil. All that cleanup we were talking about when TLR kind of put him in like a bit of a pincer position and then never closed the pincer. And just allow Sil and you see Ast's frags as well. Just so many frags between them. All that cleanup.
That big HKN combo coming into play there, Ast and Silences. 26 for 11. It's like he's playing in high again, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just mowing down kids in the cleanup play. Another good, interesting stat is Koss's deaths. Very low for...
Really good, yeah.
What else can be said about that? I feel like Full Tilt were the better team. Overall, they seem to have the cleaner exchanges. They just seem to overextend a few times. Otherwise, I think the scoreline would have been bigger. What do you think?
I know it's hard. Like again, I feel like the scoreline's maybe not as representative. But then, if there's couple of moments where TLR had them surrounded and completely just blew it. If they had not blew it, this scoreline could be 3-1 to TLR. Like it's kind of a very low scoring game, so these sort of individual moments become to be like a lot greater factor because it was so close. But yeah, I think those moments where TLR kind of negotiated a good position but then didn't capitalize on it, when Full Tilt did get into that position, like the rounds they took were pretty quick. Like when they got into an advantageous position on last, they really just finished it off, pushed home the way Epsilon do, when they get one advantage and they just keep rolling it forward. When Full Tilt actually got going, they took it all the way to last and capped it. Whereas TLR could never really... I don't actually remember TLR getting on to Full Tilt's last that much. Like most of the fights happened between like 2 and 3. But it's still looking good for everyone's skins. I tried to bet on it, but it wouldn't let me. It told me I needed to wait 7 days because I've just reformatted. Which wasn't very nice. Hildreth's dead. think Hildreth died.
Oh no, I was just pressing the wrong button. I was trying to talk and engage you in some conversation.
That's
but
right. I was happily having a sort of like a rambling, going nowhere monologue about my recent Saloon.tf interactions. I think everyone else was enjoying it as well. So
to be fair, there's not much. Nobody really wants to hear me speak.
Oh.
So I think they would have appreciated that. But we're on to Viaduct now. CommanderX, what can you say about these teams on this map? Because I have, apart from watching the Sideshow stream pre-game and they rolled dogs, I haven't seen any of these teams play this map.
It's a bit of a weird one. Obviously, I think they're pretty evenly matched. You know, Spud and War, and there's really probably not that much in it DM-wise. The scouts you'd have to probably give in favour of TLR, like Kyler and Herr, especially on Viaduct. They're both fairly good at just, you know, floating around the medic, taking those heals and just winning the cleanup fights. Not that Aston and Thalash are bad at that, but I think it definitely favours the TLR scout pairing. Soldiers, pretty even. I'd probably say Sil and Sideshow have, you know, better DM, but I think AMS and Concrete, the way TLR soldiers traditionally play is always like as a tight, aggressive unit going together. And I think on Viaduct that can be very effective. So even if the DM's not as strong, I think it will still be pretty even, you know, with playstyles and everything. It'll be interesting to see if anyone brings out a sniper. I imagine Thalash is the one thinking about it the most.
Yeah, the most deadly sniper on TLR is playing Demoman for them, so it's. I mean, Herr might bring it out, Herr or Kyler. I don't think TLR will do it very much. I think they'll try and trust the cookie cutter setup.
Yeah, they prefer to play it quite aggressive. But again, that could be their downfall as well. Like, I think the biggest thing this TLR roster lacks, compared to other ones, is sort of that vocal main cooler. And Viaduct is all about sort of just playing more as a blob, really. Do you know what I mean? Playing as a unit. Because it's constant mid-fights, effectively. So it's all about playing as a unit. And having someone who can lead that comms, lead that focus fire, is all the more crucial. So I think when it comes down to fights like that, I can see it going much better for full tilt. I think full tilt, maybe just like 3-2.
I remember talking to AMS pre-LAN about not having Hiss on the team, and he was saying the difference between having a Demoman that can put out loads and loads of damage is huge. But do you think that that's kind of their problem, TLR? Because some of the plays, the coordination especially, was kind of questionable. Not having Hiss bringing them together.
They would do everything right until it came to that final moment. You know, they did the hard bit of negotiating a great position. They've done the hard part, you know, get all our players with decent health into a good position to attack the enemy. And then when it came to attacking the enemy, where all you really need is like a 3-2-1, I'm jumping kind of call or something, or, you know, we go now. There just seemed to be nothing. Then one player would jump and someone else would see, oh wait, that guy's jumping, now I'm going to go. But there was no real sync up of the damage, and that's what made it so easy. Like, Sil and Ast are going to hit most of their shots, so if you're not, you know, you just have to overwhelm them rather than, you know, just trying to DM them.
It's kind of like getting into the final third in football, not finishing off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're live.
We're live.
2 spies at the start, checking to see if there's a sniper and if there's crits.
Clever. Keen, very keen. As we go into this first mid, we're going to see War come lower with pretty much the rest of his team. Early sticky onto Spud, but I don't think anyone's really going for it. AMS is going to get onto that rock. Here comes Concrete going aggressive as well. Just trying to find someone to get on it. They're pressuring him out. Great position from TLR here, but they've lost 2, and they even lose Nursey in that. And now Full Tilt should just be able to come back in. Soldier Bomb comes in, going for cost. Can't get deep enough though, and Full Tilt just clean it all up.
Yeah, Silentes with the cleanup kills, the 3k. Good mid for him, he'll be happy. No
Did you see how
comms.
Nursey died? Like, I remember, like, I saw a couple
so
of people go
glad that
down.
weapon exists. I think he means a loose cannon. He must
Did he
have
get
got,
double dogged?
He must have.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, 2 cannons and a random sticky, we're told. So yeah, I think that sealed it, because then it was pretty even at that point, because TLR had a better position but less players, but then Nursey was one of those less players, so no heals. And now we see a soldier trying to go behind right now. AMS will get behind. Syncs up with Kaidus to take down Sideshow. The flank has been exposed right now. They're coming on Kos. He's going to have to pop, surely. So much pressure on him. They even lose 3 people right now. Kos milked for too long, and now TLR should just be able to retake the point for free. Only get about 50 seconds going to come off it. AMS smashes Silentus up top as well. Bud is now trapped in. And there we go. That aggression from TLR just absolutely dominant. As soon as Sideshow was picked on that flank, it was bust wide open from that point. Like Full Tilt tend to only leave Sideshow on there. Just, you know, just play really defensive on that, whatever it's called, that corridor side. And he just got exposed right there. And from that point on, they just picked up players, so much aggression. And even though they just had not enough people left to do anything with the Uber, they are coming back in now with a Uber advantage. And TLR's positioning is defensive. They're going to come and use the Uber to block, actually. They're going to deny it. Spud is going to try and jump out, but he jumps just straight into a scout. He'll go down. Thalash gets a pick the other way, though, as Kos is building up the last 20% of his Uber. He's going to catch a pipe, going to surf it round. Waiting for the health pack. He's on 93, down to 20 health. So weak in the corner, but they do pick off AMS. But again, just bleeding bodies here, making it hard to come back in. Now they're coming forward as a unit, and they've got that spawn advantage. I'm not sure if TLR can really do anything here to actually force the Uber out of Kos. Soldier goes in, actually. That'll do it.
That's left his medic exposed by jumping in. Good force in the I've just noticed, like, we're talking about that TLR coordination again. I saw War just bombing to Cliff completely alone, whilst his team was sort of focused on the left side. Double donk, boys.
This weapon. One shot's Herr right there, and now Soldier's actually going really deep. Not quite sure what the plan was there. Just trying to, I guess, keep TLR on the back foot.
Sorry, Herp is calling for a ban on the loose cannon. I hope you're watching, Permzilla.
They're going to Uber in right now. They catch up a Soldier behind, and Sill's now actually stuck behind as well. This is 2. He does manage to trade for 1. That's about as good as it could have got. And Costa's get out, so all these other frags kind of become inconsequential. All they wanted to do was make sure Cost survived, and it's just caught us out here by Ast.
Again,
it's sloppy.
He's done that three or four. This is like his old habits before he joined Epsilon. He used to get caught out overextending a lot. War playing against him, it was like, oh, he's incredible DM, but he's going to give you a free kill every now and again.
And look how passive they are right now. Look, like TLR, they're going to sack maybe one, not even one soldier. Oh wait, here he comes. In the air, Kos is, but again, no follow-up. You know what I mean? Kos is down to 50 HP, stuck in the end, or if anyone else is even thinking about shooting at him, Kos will probably pop. Because, you know, in case he takes full damage, you know, that damage can rack up quite quickly.
Not having that demo there to spam. And this is the end of the Uber ping-pong fight that we've seen for the last 2 minutes, so it's Full Tilt will have an Uber to defend with a minute on the clock to run down, so the round is in their hands. It's all about surviving this Uber fight, see what can happen. Spud's gone really weak.
Nice rockets from AMS, but the Uber will save Spud. He's going to flash everyone right now. Now Full Tilt are trying to move aggressive across the point, but they've taken so much damage. In comes AMS aggressive and Concrete.
Oh, wow.
3 kills, 2 rockets. He's going to absolutely crush them right now. And now AMS is all the way on last to the medic. Costa's in the air! Crisp rockets from AMS going to take him down. And, I mean, from a completely even fight, that's a full wipe with not a single frag dropped. Great there from TLR.
That bomb from Concrete, like the timing of it was so perfect. Everyone was so weak. And he just smashed them in the choke point, and then huge air shot by AMS to give them the Uber advantage. That's exactly what they needed TLR to turn this round around.
Yeah, they forced their way out there. TLR had a few players forward, but they are forced back. I mean, they actually get 2 right now. Spud is flying across. The Uber comes out though. Spud will go down for it.
This is so bad.
But the scouts are grouping up around the medic. I swear Kos hasn't died, except for that air shot. Now Nursey's been forced down. Sideshow's going to kill him. The scouts come in fully buffed. Kyler's going to try and take on the world, but gets destroyed. There's now 30 seconds. Kos is only 25% away from Uber as well, so this is all in Full Tilt's hands. They don't even really have to block this attack. They just need to keep Kos alive for that Uber. And I think he might even get it before TLR come in. So TLR need a drop, and then maybe a miracle on top of that as well. Silentus trying to deny him the high ground there. They're walking in, they're just rotating around the stickies. The donks are trying to come in. They're avoiding him pretty well, and they're trying to frag the flank instead. Nice, 2 frags on the flank as the Uber comes in, but they don't actually get any time on the point. so
That
it's all
was-
meaningless.
Looking so good, and then, well, just went bad. Should we listen to some comms?
Let's go full tilt.
Aston's as well.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
That was tight, he's on right.
Scott, right?
I dropped
Soldiers
it.
aggressive. Soldiers in the
Soldiers
air,
on me
weak.
now.
Jump in.
No, weak.
Medic 60.
I'm catching this.
Scouts dead.
Rotating.
So we got 2 picks. Just go on demo.
Here's the forward again.
Soldiers.
Pushing
50.
solid to counter.
50.
Jumping in 2. 1.
Feminist to
Jump in
40.
out. Oh fuck. What the fuck is this doing? He doesn't know where
Medic
it
them
is.
on
Just
damage.
like-
Go forward.
Just leave that before Sideshow says anything else about that scout.
They were They promised singing, but it's not really been.
It's quite a somber
There's
serious
some
affair,
colourful
isn't
language.
it?
certainly. I was just saying in the last round, it was looking so good for TLR, like when they got that big drop and then they just completely botched their Uber. They're going for suicide. They've got Sideshow's got the early force here. They haven't been forced to use yet. Here comes the counter pop.
Look how many players have gone behind. 4 players have gone behind for TLR.
Duh.
So Full Tilt have to move back to deal with that, and now Full Tilt are absolutely surrounded. The soldier bomb's coming in, cost down to half HP, he's going to surf it again. The scout's there as well, he will get him, Kyler's going to get him. Meanwhile, the other players are bumping in, coming back in from the main side. It's just DM right now. War and Herr are the only ones left alive on the point. Sideshow's going to try and go in. He's spamming them back, but they don't have a lot of health either, and TLR's spawns are actually there first. Well, the first wave is there first even, but because Full Tilt don't have a point, they get the faster spawn, so their teams are even there right now. 6 versus 5 for a brief second until this final player comes back in. TLR are going aggressive, both soldiers jumping again, Koss launched in the air. He's going to go down, Full Tilt completely on the back foot, and they don't really drop anyone. Soldiers coming in, Sideshow's going to go down, they eventually lose AMS, and now they're trying to go without Uber, but still catches a pipe, he's just going to be picked off out of the air. All these weak players being finished off, Ass can get 1, but I don't think it's going to go much further than that. Spud's going to jump away. Koss had no one to heal throughout all of that, so Mercy's Uber advantage has gotten bigger and bigger.
4
and this
people.
aggression from TLR
4
is-
people behind in an Uber. Like, you got to
I
think
know, right?
Full Tilt have to take their Uber back and deal with these players, but they just kind of, because they had such a better Uber, they were thinking, yeah, we've got to chase this medic, but Mercy was out of there.
Yeah.
Inexperienced, perhaps. But
It's weird because Nursey like hung around just long enough to make it look like an appealing to just kill the medic and get back, but he actually got out. And now we see them chasing Koss out, but Koss will survive. And there is a player behind, Soldier's going to try and get out, gets
Goodbye.
destroyed by concrete. But that's all they wanted now, Full Tilt. They just wanted the force. And only about 30 seconds behind right now. It's not actually too bad a situation for them to come back in with a full Uber advantage.
yeah, we'll see if TLR like try and play loads of people behind. Their repush last time was really good with War doing loads of damage, the soldiers doing loads of damage, the kidnap play. So they're going to be pushing from this cliffside. They want to get this early force. There's a jump forward to get it done. Silentes he's trying to chase kills, gets air piped by War, but he's still in there onto Mercy. Silentes with a big kill, and I think the team is coming to try and back him up. Spud actually gets forced back really weak, but there's so many weak players for TLR on this right side. I don't think Full Tilt want to chase them. They're going to be defensively postured.
Yeah, sensible play right there. They've already got like the Uber advantage out of that fight, so they don't actually need any more frags, even though it's a little bit tempting with weak players. They are going to be a few people down as TLR come in just healed up. Koss still 50% away from the Uber, so they might just concede this for their Uber advantage. But Koss isn't building again, so he's down to 40%, and they lose Aston, Sideshow, and Silentes there. Look how weak all the TLR players are. Like, they're all weak, but no one's actually died, except for Kyler right at the end there. Weird one that, like, maybe just not enough focus right from Full Tilt. The fighting seems quite scattered.
Yeah, and War's gone really far forward here. The Ubers are kind of even, only a tiny advantage for TLR. Here comes the bombs in, Sideshow destroyed in the air, and the Thalash destroyed. No Uber yet as well from TLR. They're 2 down, and there's a slightly better Uber. Nursey is just frantically looking for someone to Uber at the point. Nobody is with her. Finally picks up a scout. Silentes has just gone behind them and found these 2 frags. Nobody seems to want to lead these Ubers for TLR. There's lots of miscoms here with their combo. They still got the 2 scouts alive, but against heavy classes, including the Demo Man, I don't think they can get much done. They should be spammed out of here. Yeah, it's really weird. They're so scattered.
Yeah, Nursey wasn't like, even in that, like, even once Silla got those 2 frags, it still wasn't the worst situation in the world. You know, Nursey was still there healing up scouts. They could have at least hung around to see if anything opens up, if anyone overextends. Now they're just going to go without Uber right now. AMS is going to try, and again, they're trying to stack the flank first. Look at these aggressive soldiers to trade on the flank. And they do actually get 3 frags out of it, 3 for 2 exchange, not for worse, but there's a soldier behind Nurse, he just ekes himself over the rock. Koss is now in, he's going for something, he's just trapped in by scouts, and they will wipe off of that. And I'm not, like, that, I don't even know how that went so well, like, it went really well.
It's called DM. War was doing so much damage to so many, multiple players, and, you know, I think this is going to be the round here.
Yeah, 5 seconds. Full Tilt just have to hope for a miracle. Viva's going to be popped on the point. They can't even get any cap time, and TLR tie it up right there.
They're pulling it out.
Yeah.
With the DM, like the damage war's managing to pull out, and the cleanup that's coming in. The soldiers are just sacrificial lambs. It's all about war and the scouts cleaning up.
Let's go to TLR comms, please.
Okay.
Scott left.
They're on cliff.
I'm jumping now.
Coming down. Soldier weak.
Sorry,
Soldier
is dead.
to KD on left.
Scott is
He's
really low.
smashing.
That's fine, it's just med. Nice, guys. That was really fucking good.
They didn't even say anything, they just killed everyone. Like...
I think they're on point. Like they're starting to hit their shots. They seem a lot more coordinated as well. I didn't actually see any individual plays. I just saw everyone full tilt die
straight across the point. Like he just barreled across on that left-hand side, and people just came with him. I think they found that side of the map where full tilt keep their flank isn't really stacked with many people. As you actually see the repush coming in right now, Thalash is going to open up with a headshot on War. But they do have an Uber advantage. AMS is going to go in. Koss needs to survive, but he won't survive. Miscalculation there by full tilt. And this could lead to a lot of them being picked off. I think Sideshow's coming in. He gets the frag. Silentis and Ast on there with him as well. And now Ast is going to pick off this weak soldier. And everything's coming up Ast right now. Scout again trying to fight him. Ast is going to try and take the 1v1. Silentis is there chasing down this scout. He's going to run into another one. Still dancing around Kyler. He will go down eventually, but he's pulled all the full tilt people back, and they are still running Thalash on that sniper. And again, that leaves their flank quite weak for TLR to exploit. But instead, they're just going to butt heads on this point. In comes Sideshow, trying to focus down the scout. He will get him. Loses his own life though. Now the soldier's going aggressive onto Spud, but Thalash with the headshot mid-air as Silentis kills Concrete as he tries to jump out. Big shots from Thalash there. And they should be able to clean up most of this. War's super low, going to receive an arrow, and it's just going to see everyone sort of regroup. Faster spawns for TLR, so they should be able to challenge this pretty quickly. Costa's getting close on that Uber, so we might see some sacrificial soldiers coming in. But instead, Sideshow's just going to try and pressure him, keep TLR on the back foot, keep him in that corner. And Sideshow might even want to go in with the Uber here. They're going to try and catch Nursey. He tries to surf it up, but he can't quite make it onto the balcony and will go down. And they just pick Nursey and get back.
These
really,
are Prem teams getting caught out by Uber advantages. This is twice we've seen Koss get caught, and then Nursey, here comes the bomb. Just suicide in the medic there. They always set up for that full tilt. And like whenever I see a team, here comes War as well, one at a time. These bombs are never gonna work. Whenever I see a team at this level die to an Uber advantage, I just think it's really poor. They should be better than this.
It's not even, like, Sideshow didn't even do anything special with Koss there. You know what I mean? They just kind of held just around the corner, and then Sideshow was like, just obviously saw Nursey, and was like, do you want to just Uber? We can just kill the medic right now, he's right here, unless he hits the sixer. And now I see another bomb coming in, both soldiers coming in, soldiers trying to chase Koss, they're jumping again, scouts coming deep, they go in super deep, and they will get the pick on Koss at the sacrifice of 4 people. But it doesn't matter too much, as they are all down, and look at Sideshow here. I wouldn't call it a hiding spot as such. He's just going to try and jump the med and spawn. Optimistic. He lands 1 rocket at the end. If he'd landed any of his first 2 rockets, that might have worked out. But instead, he just goes down for free. And there's another soldier behind as well, I think. Isn't that Silentis coming in behind?
Yeah, I don't think they know he's
Nursey
there.
doesn't know. He's going to jump on in 1 rocket, 2 rockets. Nursey's super weak. Pops before the 3rd rocket hits him. And the rest of the players still clearly communicated it to his team, as everyone else is long gone, by which I mean Spud is still in there dying for no apparent reason.
Yeah, he's got AMS just kind of pinned him, got him stuck in. But it's not going to cost them too much, because they do have the Uber advantage. They just have to wait for his spawn. Okay, it costs them time to wait for his spawn. I notice how teams don't try and posture forward, try and hold forward on the point. They're just kind of waiting for them to get forward. They're conceding this ground. Concrete goes in for an early bomb. He gets destroyed completely by
Out of
himself
sync again, yeah. And now we see Full Tilt just move forward as a unit. Uber advantage, they don't have it yet though, but they're just exploiting that sort of fear factor and just forcing them back. TLR just stuffed in a corner right now.
I feel like War could be more forward, putting damage on them. Just making it harder for them to get forward on point.
Again, like Kost didn't actually have Uber. Like, he had advantage, but he was still 30% away when that push was going on. Like, you know what I mean? If people get aggressive onto him, he still has all that potential.
Well, when
to
you
die.
play against Kaidus on this map, he's always putting damage on you as you're trying to walk forwards aggressively. War's just sat there with a sticky trap, spamming a couple of pipes. It's quite easy to avoid and get forward for free. And look, TLR have to do the bad Uber as well.
He pops exactly. He's not even forced. He just pops because he wants to pop to try and get aggression. They do only get one frag out of it, as the rest of TLR are pretty defensive. But it's now 10 seconds left. Nice bug does go down, but he got some pretty nice damage. This might help set it up. Scattered fighting TLR are still trying to force their way in, but they're picking up these aggressive soldiers. And how they're going to get all of them. Full Tilt take them down.
Too much respect for Full Tilt. Just the way they hold the point is so passive. One guy bombs in by himself, gets eaten up by scouts and Silentes.
It wouldn't be as bad if they all did that. You know what I mean? If they all just held really passive and spammed and just softened them up. But with Concrete dying early, really, it just hurts them before the fight's even begun.
Yeah, he's going behind straight away. They've managed to do the same sort of strat of getting forward, and one soldier's gone behind to draw them back. TLR completely controlling the point, but they're getting spammed as they walk in. War and took so much damage and then goes down to the bomb from a Sideshow. The scouts are together with the medic. This should be really good for Full Tilt. You notice that the scouts for TLR are kind of separated. Mercy actually goes down as well.
And here comes Concrete! Concrete gets 2, he's got the skill stick out, Astral will eventually take him down. Really close fight, back and forth, like, Full Tilt were also low at one point, and then they just backed off enough and healed back in and came back in with that focus fire from their scouts. Cleaned them up, but then that big flank from Kyler and Concrete.
Kyler baiting out his medic to go and get the med frags. Classic play.
Portuguese playstyle, clearly. And now we see Uber advantage for TLR, but they don't have it yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if Full Tilt just want to take this sort of out of the Uber fight. Both their soldiers arrive in the same place at the same time, and now the double soldier aggression from TLR comes out. Both soldiers going to go down in quick succession, and now I don't think there's really much unless Thalash can hit a big shot. Tries to fake it and go for the hero shot, but he can't. They're still trying to fight their way out of this corner. They're forcing the scouts back. Thalash is getting a shot. He's got one shot at Nursey, but misses it. And Thalash just... If he hits something, this fight could completely swing. Because he's got space, he's got time. It's surely just a matter of time before Thalash hits someone, as it's going to actually turn into a rematch. Uber versus Uber, traded on the point. They're going to jump out. Soldiers are traded on the flank. Nothing really to come of that. Now Sil's going to catch War out again with the tail end of this Uber. And the scouts are trying to make something happen, but they're separate from Nursey. Again, Nursey's just trying to arrow people. He's got no real heals, consistent heals going out. And they're just going to have to concede for point.
Yeah, I didn't really see too much of what was going on in that fight. I was just thinking about how TLR, they'd gone forward that time. They didn't let them get the point for free. But then a couple of them ended up overextending. So they're playing slightly differently. They're not giving them as much respect, but that seems to be a reaction to having the Uber. Is War on Sniper? Am I seeing this correct? Have they sacrificed a demo man for a sniper?
I'm going to go to team comp. Thank you.
Sniper's far back, right.
Could we start moving forward a little bit or no?
Giving him a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's alright. Time's even. Solid chip 150. Solid on left, 200.
Right now,
When we have it, it's exchange, Nursey.
Alright.
Sniper
Solid right down.
Nice, let's go.
Nice.
See if they can catch soldier left.
Solid on left. He might jump.
Solid
bad.
dead.
Solid 200 on left. I'm going cliff.
Demo stacked left.
Don't overextend. Don't overextend.
It's only medic. They're overstanding.
I'm going for back.
Scouts close, 210.
Medic is stuck in.
Oh god. Just cap.
He's running out. Herbie's gonna get him.
Knight that.
Scouts on you. On me.
Guys, pull back a bit. We have a sniper, so we have to play around it.
It works.
Wow. Every player in mid open is going to have Demoman off class into sniper now. Do you know what you've done to TF2 War?
You've literally ruined
the game.
the 3 lower tiers. Yep.
The game is over. But you know, he managed to hit his shots. I think Full Tilt were just mind blown by the fact that he was on sniper. Let's see how they react to it. That's going to be the important thing. They got all this space for free. Now it's all about not getting sniped, I guess.
Yeah, Spud doing a great job with those long-range stickies just to force them back, but War kills Silentus anyway as he's knocked to the low ground. That's both soldiers gone, and now they're going to be forced back. And this really just seems to have thrown a spanner into Full Tilt's plans.
Well, how they should play like against Demoman is you get all of this free ground to operate because you're not getting spammed,
just
which
go
seems to be
aggro,
taken. But you know, when War hits those headshots, it kind of ruins your plan. Look, and here we go. Spud gets domed instantly, so the Demoman's off the field anyway. Sideshow's bomb goes unsupported. Scouts are cleaning them up. This is like working because and they're gonna. I think they're gonna. Yeah, they forced the Uber from Koss. Nursey's milking a little bit. In fact, trying to hold it by the look of it. Body shot at the end by Ast. This like I Full Tilt don't know how to play against this because. No,
they're keeping Thalash on sniper. I think they should just sack that in and then just get him on a scout and then just overwhelm him. Like, they've only got 2 spam classes right now. And again, Full Tilt are trying to walk in, they challenge that soldier, but Koss gets headshot. Now Full Tilt just have to try and go in, but he kills Thalash as well, wins the sniper duel. Spud's getting an air shot, he's going to go down. There's just 1 scout and soldier left. The soldier comes in from behind, War will go down for the first time. But the soldiers can't get near to Nursey, and Nursey will survive.
War sniping has just completely turned this round. Well, just changed around. It's all gone on its head. Like they had no idea how to react to that Full Tilt. Maybe we have to see how they're gonna do it. Listen to their comms.
Yeah, let's go to Full Tilt comms right now from this middle.
Don't worry. What do you do?
Just do the statement.
Sure. With the sniper.
Yeah, he might be sniping.
Pretty sure, yes.
It was.
Yeah, it was
just called.
Okay, so what? I don't know.
Wanna push over right? Push right by me.
Yeah.
This guy's really good, right?
Jump in right.
Just spamming me, probably. Someone's spamming.
Oh, there he is.
So shit.
Oh, you didn't jump.
Soldier at 140 and clear.
Solid
Dead.
sniper.
Sniper's so weak. Sniper's weak. I mean, dead.
What's that?
Where is
He's dead.
You're really
Scout
bad at
took
trade.
60.
I'm dead. No, I'm dead.
They have no plan. They have no plan.
Yeah, I mean, it worked to like a large degree. Like, they kind of focused down the left players at first, and that went well. And then it all just kind of unraveled, and they all just sort of got caught overextending.
Yeah, Silentus was complaining about not having anyone supporting him on the left.
The call was made to go right, though, so I think that's maybe more on Sil. Now we see, actually, Silentus going deep again to try to create distraction. Sideshow's going to go in, gets airshot by AMS. TLR are all grouped up on this, on the cliff side, and AMS is just eating through people, frag after frag. Now in comes Kyler, but Ast is actually going to kill War. Now Asta swaps to sniper. Thalash has been benched from his sniper position as AMS is going to get Ubered in. He's going to try and catch Koss. Actually, Koss is super deep. He could have just run out, but he tries to stay in. I think he thought he was going to have his exit cut off, but TLR do completely overextend their combo for that medic frag, so it kind of balances out. But there's weak soldiers on middle right now, but they're surrounded. Silentus and Sideshow will be taken down, and TLR have held on to the point for the entirety.
This is just
of this
bizarre.
fight.
Like a team actually managing to play without a Demoman on Viaduct and controlling it. Like the way I feel is well, they managed to get rid of the sniper threat, but they're not really getting the other players down. The other players' HP, especially the scouts' HP, remains untouched. They've got to use this advantage Spud has to just spam players for free, walk over and get ground for free like that.
Like this, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just as you say it, exactly what they needed to do, they did. And now they just need to group up, and if they just keep sort of like, not a forward hold as such, but just keep the pressure on with that sniper, it'll make it hard for TLR to try and get in. So they don't have any of that, they don't have War to spam them back to sort of open up the space. But instead it looks like they're just going to try and hold passive. Instead we see a soldier going behind. Sideshow is behind, but he gets mercy! Wow, Sideshow made that play work. And now we're going to see aggression. TLR soldiers come flying in. They're going to focus down Spud. He will go down. Ast is going to clean these players up, and he's holding on to the point with his medic. It is just War. Just scopes up. All Koss has to do is not peek. And he's just crouched behind that fence, nice and safe, nothing War can do. The respawn has come in from TLR, they're going to try and get to the point first, but the soldier arrives now, he's going to be healed up, but instead the Thalash arrives and gets instant body shot. And now TLR are going to try and walk in, but Costa does have Uber. They need to be careful not to lose Nursey here, and they should be alright as a soldier goes behind to distract. And whenever this happens, whenever they get forced in this bad situation, Full Tilt always seem in a bit of like two minds about whether to go back or forward. And now AMS has come all the way behind, come back in and killed Kos. And they didn't really commit to dealing with him, and they've paid the price for it. Now a soldier's gone in pretty deep, but Silentes was by himself, can't get onto Nursey. He's up at 60% right now.
Sideshow's hiding on the left. They know he's there, the way Kyler's moving around, but he actually gets a big rocket.
Denied.
Her piece should be able to finish him off. No! Sideshow with the frag.
Sideshow's taking on the world right now, causing such a delay. It's just havoc on the flank right now. Nursey and TLR have this fully advantage, but haven't actually got the point off the back of it. And now they're trying to walk in, they're going to have to avoid no stickies. The donk comes in, Nursey has to pop to avoid the double donk. War's jump deep, going to try and get onto Kos, can't land any damage. A soldier arrives though, concrete on top of both of them, cleans them all up. Ast is going to clean up these aggressive soldiers.
Beautiful
right
surf
now.
by Nursey. He was getting pressured by Sideshow, manages to surf away. TLR scouts don't have any heals, so they're going to pull back.
Yeah,
War
Nursey was
is
super
back
weak.
to Demoman because he's missed a few shots. One of the things reasons why I thought that strat was working was the scouts were getting all the heals. Like every aggressive bomb that Full Tilt did was getting denied so quickly, and then when their heavy classes were sniped. But it's back to War on Demo, eating 70% of the heals. So let's see what's going to happen.
It's a weird one. Yeah, the soldier's just going to jump out from TLR. Again, the cap's really easy. It's 2-2 right now, sort of winner takes all from this round. Full Tilt moving back across the point. They have a 30% Uber disadvantage. Nursey does not quite have it yet. Soldier's going to try and go aggressive. Kos is super low. He's going to surf round the rock. Great surf by Kos. They're going to kill the soldier and Kos is going to get out. Excellent play from Kos. Meanwhile, they force the Uber on the other side of it as well. They're going to try and go aggressive right now, but Kos is just backing off to spawn. Nice and safe. And now he's going to have a full Uber advantage to push with Sideshow up now. Thalash back in 2 seconds. War gets killed by... Did War try and go all the way through spawn and behind?
Yeah, but look of it. He gets axed out, and there's a bomb in behind by AMS. He actually manages to take down Sideshow. It turns into a trade. Spud manages to pick up Kyler with a loose cannon kill. Great push. Great push for Full Tilt. Not even forced to use their Uber. And we're into the last 30 seconds. Uber advantage for Full Tilt. This is key here because they're going to have the Uber.
They might wait for Uber.
The
They're 30% away. They might just take an Uber fight.
Yeah.
War is on Sniper again. This is make or break for
it.
War right now. Yeah. Is this strat genius or is it nonsense? I guess we'll find out right now. They're trying to go in. It looks like Sideshow's going behind and will probably be picked off. Going to Uber in. Sideshow's jumping around for the health pack. Will get body shot down. The Uber comes in later for Silentes. TLR need to keep this point alive. They need to keep it alive right now. They're all on it. The spam comes in. There's players behind. They're still capping it. They're getting frags, but they need more frags. AMS has got 2. AMS has got 3. A headshot rings out as well. They're going to fully rifle this.
Wow.
They've held on to it. Huge play. No.
Oh no, you can't.
They didn't get on the point.
I thought TLR just ran the clock down. I was like, yeah, TLR in the point. This is theirs, but they won the fight. Unbelievable.
I can't believe of all the ways they did. AMS did such great work at the end.
I was just about to praise War for hitting like 4 headshots in a row. I was like, this is genius, War. You've changed TF2 forever, and they just didn't walk on the cap. The simplest thing to do in the game. Anyone can do it.
Oh my god.
What a throw.
Oh my god.
TLR losing 6-0 then. That's both maps lost. And that was theirs as well. That's gotta hurt.
Oh my god.
Do we even want to look at the logs?
The logs mean nothing. Unless there's a stat for matches thrown by not standing on caps.
We'll have to ask Zoob to add that to the next update.
Oh my god. Okay, let's look at logs.
Let's try.
Let's
give it a try.
Pretend that was a real thing. Oh my god. Okay, where are we at? Okay, War top damaging. Half on Sniper, half on
Does it even
Demo
matter?
Man.
I would like to say that we're looking for a new scout, so if anybody would like to send me the resume, which is herpyblows@msn.com.
Fuck you, war.
Well, since we've been forced to have an interview,
Forced into interviews.
we need to start with the end there, CX.
Yeah. Have we got people from both teams?
It's
Or we
such a-
only need TLR? So I guess we should start. Let's reverse engineer this. So what happened at the end? Because you made
I
some really great
died laughing.
plays.
My
War
whole
hit his
fucking
shots,
team.
AMS hit a load of rockets. And
War
just
hit
when it
every
looked,
sniper in a row. War
Yeah.
just sniped like 5 people in a row for 150.
and then-
And
Everybody
Herpy
is
got
fucking
the
shit.
basic concept of TF2.
Everybody's fucking shouting, kill the medic. I do it.
I
I'm like,
never said
fuck
kill
yeah.
the medic. I was
I
like,
turn,
get on
I
point.
turn fucking around, and the point, there's no one on the fucking point.
I
Like-
don't think anybody was really focused anyway. I mean, I think everybody thought that we had definitely 100% lost it, but then I went massive and fucking crushed nerds. And then because everybody had their hands off the keyboards, it's over.
We have to ask War. The decision to go from Demoman to Sniper is not one we've seen very often. You gotta give us your thoughts and why.
We have no sniper on our team. Well, we might have a sniper on our team depending on what we decide to do with Herpy. And
Fuck you.
at the moment, I don't know, it just seems like if you can hit heads and you feel like you can hit heads, nothing's going to be able to beat a sniper just fucking everybody. So I'm a good sniper. Their snipers are shit. You know,
I
ultimately,
disagree.
it was a waste.
We just blow up.
What was the final score?
Yeah, that's what I said. It was a waste.
Hey, what a
don't think-
fucking night.
I can show you a fucking night Sideshow.
I just felt bad for them.
I don't
My-
even know what to say. Like, I still can't get over how
Yeah.
it ended. Like, everything else is just blurred into a distant memory. Like, it's all
Yeah, I
just.
know. My
it was-
reactions as it happened was, oh shit, we've lost. And then it was, oh wait, has the game bugged or something? And then it was, oh shit,
Yeah.
Happy never got on the point. And then it
There
was,
were-
oh
I
god,
wasn't
I
the
feel
only
so
one.
bad for them.
I wasn't the
it's-
only
it
one
wasn't-
alive.
Like,
Yeah,
it
but yeah,
wasn't
but-
just Herpy. Like,
Was it?
I think
wasn't
it was.
it just Happy and you alive?
No, it was.
AMS and
AMS.
Herpy and
It was AMS and Herpy, and I think
Ah, so
everybody
blame
got
AMS.
a rush of blood to the head with. We managed to turn around a really bad situation. I
You know,
think it was.
The worst part was, like, say you capped that off and you didn't act disabled for the last 10 seconds. Like, that would have been a great final moment because you had 26 seconds left on the clock and there would have been one final repush for full tilt.
Oh yeah, we probably.
To be honest,
great finale.
CX, I think that was more memorable than any last push they could have done.
True.
We would have won because I think because of the timer, but our spawns were going to be up before we had capped, so we'd have had fast spawns anyway. But it don't matter, you know, as long as
Yeah.
it
turned
doesn't.
on.
It doesn't
I would have turned
matter.
on my monitor for the final push.
It doesn't matter for like what happened, as long as I mean, all I wanted was that we were going to put on a good show after the Diabolical one against Lego, and we did it. But we just put on a really, really, really shitty show.
That's the thing, like with your team, like TLR, like when there's loads of pressure, you don't perform as well. But when there's no pressure, because everyone thought you were going to do badly, you perform way better.
Yeah,
But then we should have done way better for like 3 seasons now, me and Dams.
No, because you're like up and down, like oh TLR, oh, and like the next game, like oh they're back, and so
yeah. We just like to always be on tilt. We're a very emotional bunch because we're all bipolar in this team. We don't know what we should think. I don't know what we should think. One moment we're all thinking Herpy should be cut. Next moment it's Nursey. And then Hiss comes back and thinks he wants to take over the team. And it's just, you know, every week's dramatic with this place.
We should do a fucking...
What's a
it
reality
called?
show?
Yeah,
Yeah, it should be.
yeah.
Like,
a behind the
everybody
scenes.
is sort of worried about if they're going to be in a team or not. And I'm just sitting here in my proudly provided by sponsored chair, which is provided me by Vertigear, who are one of the leading manufacturers in gamer chairs. Vertigear.com.
We also shouldn't forget our main sponsor in Torguard. VPN with locations in 10 countries.
Excuse me.
Didn't realise we were going to an ad break.
It was
that like
it was entertaining.
As a whole thing, was that sniper thing completely
Yeah,
improvised?
we had we were actually really thinking about it because when
you were thinking about it.
No.
And
So
saying,
the way it origined from was we played against dogs. They had whoever that shitty Finnish Highlander sniper is.
Senny?
Yeah, so he was
French.
sniping all the time. I thought he was Finnish.
No, he's definitely Finnish.
Oh yeah.
That's just a rumour then.
So we were playing against them. He was shitting on all of us. I think everybody in the team tried to go sniper apart from me, and then I went sniper, and then I crushed them, and we won the game. So from that point on,
I mean, not in terms of points, but you won the game in terms of,
No, we won. We actually won the overall game anyway. So it worked, and we thought we'd try it. And when they have a sniper, the thing is, whenever teams have snipers on Viaduct, it just depends on if they're gonna absolutely wreck shit that day. And it looked like Thalash was about to wreck shit, so it was like, okay, we're 2-1 down, let's just fucking try it, and turned it around. It just didn't end the way we wanted it to, but, we still lost Gullywash. And
it's a memorable game.
Yeah, it was still a fun game regardless. Trust me, after how we were after Lego last week, I am really, really happy with how we've done.
Just how about how we were after yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, and yesterday, like every single team we've been PCW has just been shitting on us. So to at least put something close when multiple people are watching against like teams that are out at the moment a lot better than us.
Oh, now
Fine.
my fucking sister is sending me like, get on fucking point on Facebook. Like, what is this shit?
That's so good.
Just so you know, there were like well over 900 people watching who watched you not stand on that point as well.
I went online and there's like 10 people sending me the odd shots from Kaidus.
I think
They're fucking telling me
we
to go
went
for
through the maps at the start, and to be honest, I think it's partially my fault because I did forget to draw, a big circle around the point and emphasize how important it is to cap it.
It is all about, king of a hill, being on that point. It's in the name of the map.
Yeah, king of the hill. I think. Well, to be honest, I think Kos was to the right of Cliff, which is a higher elevated point, so you might have thought that was the hill.
Yeah, so it was all a misunderstanding about what hill you wanted to be king of. I don't even know what to say. I can't get over it.
Well,
Hildreth asked some questions.
I was.
Congrats to Full Tilt for I'll take over this this interview.
Yeah, I have nothing.
So Full Tilt, how did you expect the game to go against what actually happened?
We blew up Viaduct, so we didn't expect to do very well on Viaduct.
Yeah. Viaduct was...
Gullywash is our jam.
Yeah, I expected to lose Viaduct, which we probably would have done.
We only played Viaduct twice, and it was both against dogs, and we beat them with we were singing and had Spy and Sniper Heavy or whatever.
They're the most useless team to practice Viaduct against. But I thought we'd do. To be honest, I thought we'd do better on Gullywash as well. I think we had a bit of an off night tonight.
We got stuck in our official mindset where we played way more passive than we should.
We get stuck in a rut where we're trying to counter other teams instead of just playing our own game. We'll get out of it at some point, but at the moment we're still derping in every official.
Yeah, it was weird. I felt on Gullywash you guys played the better of it, but then it never really got past 2-1. It was so sort of back and forth. No one really had a real clear attempt at last. You just ended up just back and forth between 2 and 3 the whole game. And then in the end, when it came to the last sort of 3 or 4 minutes, it felt like you guys just completely played for the clock, basically. Didn't want to take any chances.
Yeah, that's what we called. We were just calling to play for the clock. Which we nearly fucked up as well.
Yeah,
it's such a lucky night for us, to be honest, that both maps just went down to tiny little bits.
I completely forgot that there was any other part of that game other than Herr not standing on the point, to be honest. Everything else is just...
Yeah, it's annoying because it's just taken all the attention away from your victory. And
just
away
want-
from my 6 sniping.
So-
all of my
so-
6 sniping, turning the points around and all that lot is just being completely nullified by Herr. And
That
now
was
I'm-
very annoying.
So are you saying that I have the moral victory here?
Yeah.
Well, you've got
I-
more PR from this, you know.
Yeah.
You're going to hit the headlines.
This is not
Is
good
it good
PR.
PR?
Any publicity is bad
Like-
publicity, happy.
I think like the thing told about me that the only thing I'm good for is capping points. Now
Now,
that's
this
not even
is-
true anymore.
This is the time where you go onto Reddit and do an AMA on RTF2.
Yeah,
And then,
this would be great. Like,
Get hounded by like loads of nice questions like, as a pyro, when I go into a pub server, what should my mindset be? Should I cap the point or leave it?
But obviously
leave it,
cap
leave it, just leave it. Clearly. Kaidus, are you actually here or are you just eavesdropping?
He just muted and deafened.
Oh, how
He
rude.
knew you were going to ask it. So
I know.
He runs away.
I have a question for TLR, some sort of serious question. You've lost to Lego and Full Tilt. Now you have to beat Reason and Epsilon. Are playoffs realistic?
probably
Probably not, but I think with how shit this before the season was going for us and how shit the first few games are going for us, at the moment it's sort of more of a case of focusing on working all the kinks out in our game and then dealing with whatever comes, maybe avoiding being relegated. All that doesn't happen in ETF2L.
I think as well, though, I don't think your chances of making playoffs are completely out of the window, because Lego and Full Tilt, I don't think. I'm talking about us in the fucking third person, but we could. There's like other teams there that can take points, you know. Like there could
we have
be
a
some
bad
crazy
day.
upset,
Oh, yeah.
and like
Serpents
we could have a bad day
We're
and
not,
lose to Serpents, or
We're
we
not
could even-
pinning
it's
our
never
hopes on it though. Like
No.
we're not gonna press. Like basically after Lego, I think my thoughts were we had to win the first 2 games and then take the other games as they come. Like our default stance was that, you know, we would beat Lego, and because that's not happened, it's more of a case of, because literally all we've done with this lineup is PCW and talk about the problems after a game in like Discord and shit, and I've not done anything about it. So this is just more of a case of just trying to focus on improving instead of actually getting into playoffs. If we get into playoffs, brilliant. If not, I want to lose to Lego again.
Well, if you don't make playoffs, there's no chance of you playing Lego again.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
what. Maybe
you're-
we're just dodging it.
You're a season away from Lego at the least.
Yeah,
so.
that'll be good.
until the next cup, where you get knocked out by Lego. Meet them in the upper bracket and the lower bracket.
We'll just find a way to dodge it.
Just don't turn up.
Yeah, that'll probably be better than losing to
Make
Lego
like
again.
a stomach bug or something and just not turn up.
No, if we do have to play them, we'll just run heavy and pyro and just be ultra defensive so we don't lose by a 5-win difference again.
Wait, are we gonna play like Lego versus Lego?
Yeah,
That's
gonna attempt it.
But I think like I'm answering. A person came into my room, so I was kind of distracted for a couple minutes.
Was it your mum
But-
telling you to cap the point?
No, it was actually
Gonna have
my
a
flat.
family intervention.
It was my flatmate telling me to cap the point. But like we always we built a lineup for long term after that. We're saying heading for I-58, so we spent a couple of weeks on it, and then we kind of just got surprised by the season starting with the cup and everything. So I mean, for us this season it's a bit of a write-off because we're kind of aiming for results not in 2 weeks but rather in 2 months. So as long as we improve during it, it's good for us. But like we started out at the bottom and we can only go up from there. So at least this was better than we were doing last week. And now next week just needs to be better than this.
Who do you play next? Epsilon.
I think Epsilon. We've taken
Yeah,
maps
so-
of Epsilon before. That's not hard.
Are you playing
You haven't-
Sunshine against them?
I hope so.
What's next
I
week?
hope-
Is Viaduct and
Process.
Shit.
Yeah.
But
Although I've already played my sniper hand against.
Wait,
Well,
are we
they know
playing
what
next
to
week?
expect.
Is it Serpents?
Are we
Yeah,
playing
you're playing
against...
Serpents.
On
yeah.
Viaduct?
Playing
On
Serpents on
Viaduct and
Viaduct.
Process.
Viaduct and Process.
Have fun with Forsaken.
Oh, with Forsaken as well.
Yeah, I hate everything.
I hate idiots.
Same.
Nice
I'd like
one.
to apologise how much I BM people in game if that was in the comms. I'm very
Oh yeah,
sorry.
it definitely was.
He says,
But
why are
that's
they
just
so
normal.
stupid?
Why this is stupid?
Yeah.
Herpy, what is he doing? He's on my dick again.
Tell me to get on your dick.
Oh yeah,
on that beautiful
serpents
dick.
also have Kenzie as well. I forgot about that.
Oh, nice. I'm glad we have an excellent...
So
At
you've
least,
got
at least it's sniper limit 1. That's,
I know,
your
I was
only,
thinking,
that's the only
thank
real
God.
gift.
yeah.
Sniper limit 1, demo limit 0. Let's go, boys. Everyone fucking death on Ambassador Sniper.
I'd prefer 2
Headshots only
snipers
mod.
over the double donk, to be honest. It's such a dirty weapon to play against.
Oh yeah, you got gimmicked upon that
I'm
map as well.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed with Spud because he said that he would never run it to me. And now
Doesn't
he's
he run
doing
it
it full
like
time.
constantly?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
he
you were
just
stuck
never
on
run
it.
it.
Yeah, you got stuck on it, that map, because the item server went down.
Oh,
He wasn't intending to.
that's the only
Oh, yeah, sure, man.
use I'll allow.
Kept saying, if only these were pipes.
That was a common phrase.
Jason, are you actually here now? Do
Thalash,
you have
what are
any
you
final
doing?
words?
Oh man, I'm speechless. I still am not over it.
I think that sums up tonight. Anyone else have anything to say before we wrap it up?
Yes.
I'm glad that Happy
H.
took away from my appalling performance on Viaduct.
Oh yeah, Sideshow went 8 to 23. Shout out to Josh Poopshow Wilkinson.
No, that was on Gully. I wasn't even doing that bad on Gully Wash. On Viaduct, I was just straight
Fucking
sucking dick.
dreadful.
You were
everything.
Great sucking
16
dick.
to 33.
It doesn't even sound as bad as 8 for 23, but it was so much worse. I was just gobbling cock. Like, Carlo was just like running to me and he just shafted me.
You got such a weird drop on Nurse at one point, Sideshow.
No, that's
Like-
because I'm the best.
So
No,
weird drop just because he drops. It's like, oh, it's so
Sideshow
weird.
has to
Drop.
dribble to get drops. That's the worst thing here because it
Yeah,
comes
because
in
he jumped like
both-
twice, gets completely fucked, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
lands on top of Nurse's head.
like Ams hits him with an air shot.
easy.
I hit him with a
Bummed.
fucking meat shot. He just disappears and suddenly he reappears on top of our medic.
What
Like
can I
what the
say?
fuck?
Got that movement, you know? Got that movement.
I went into pocket dimension to find her.
Can't see the Roma, can't see the point. Maybe you need a bigger monitor, Herpy.
I'd like to shout out our sponsors: KFA2, Torguard, Netgear, Iyama, Multiplay, Battle Tiger, Gunner, and Oakaholic. And my personal sponsor, Vertigear, for giving me a fantastic chair, the SL400, now available at selected retailers.
Yeah, what he said.
Shout
We all
out to
good?
Full Tilt. Maybe they will sponsor us one day.
I want to play poker.
I think that's sealed the deal now. Thank you to everyone who watched. We had a shit ton of viewers. Thank you to David for streaming, Hildreth for casting, and thank you to Herpy for making that one of the most memorable endings to any TF2 game ever.
That's going in the ETF2L highlights, hopefully.
That's kind of a history book.
Can you like?
So, oh,
Can I do a
Oh,
shout
you know-
out here?
Someone needs to do that. What's that? What you say thing? When like you have it all over, and then like it's got the cast over it where you think that we've got it, and then you just go no wait, and then it starts. Someone has to do that.
Can I do a special request from Peter?
happen to me?
I made my mistake.
That's it. That'll do. That'll do. David,
Please
we're
end.
done. We're
That's what it
done.
needs.